Subject matter experts can provide the content for anywhere from 3 to 5 articles in about an hour and drive more impact by recording videos and turning those into blog posts. Let's be perfectly honest here. In this video, I'm going to walk you through the benefits, the process to make this work, and what you need to know as an SEO content marketer about YouTube metrics. So there's a whole bunch of goodies linked to in the description below. Make sure you check those out. To start off, I am not telling you to go to your YouTube channel and start generating articles out of all the videos that you have there. Please don't do that. What I'm asking you to do now is your SEO-driven content marketing process. Do your keyword research, put together those outlines to ensure that you're covering the topic more comprehensively than anybody else while avoiding fluff. But instead of handing it over to a writer, we're going to put subject matter experts on camera. Basically have them talk through the outline. Once they're done, we're going to edit it, upload it to YouTube, take the transcript, run it through ChatGPT, optimize it for search, publish that on your blog, embed the video on top of that article, add all of our internal linking, start hitting all of our KPIs. In practice, this is what this is going to look like. Your target customer is going to perform a search on Google. They're going to find your article. When they land here, the goal is to get them to watch the video. But frankly, the only way that you're going to get this in front of them through organic search in the first place is going to be to have the search optimized article, which actually came from the transcript of the video. You're also likely to see higher engagement. This is a screenshot of our Google Analytics account. The average visitor from organic search, 56 seconds on page. The average visitor from YouTube, 1 minute, 56 seconds on page. All right, now you may not need convincing of the effectiveness of this process, but some of the stakeholders that you work with might. So the next section is going to talk about the benefits that are maybe not so obvious. To start off, they require much less time of your subject matter experts. If you are using ghostwriters or non-physicians, in the case of the types of clients that we work with, you are generally speaking going to have it reviewed by someone that really knows what they're talking about. That takes time on top of the 2 or 3 hours that you paid someone to sit down and write the article. Second, it's going to deliver more of the message. You don't see a ton of scrubbing through videos on YouTube. Plus, you have a lot that comes across it with non-verbally about who your subject matter expert is. Like in the case, again, our client's the doctor, that people care a lot about who this person is that's going to possibly operate on them. You see who you're getting information from. And frankly, overall, they're actually listening to you versus just kind of skimming, which ends up resulting in more of the message actually getting delivered. It also builds trust and familiarity. Like, they know who you are. You're not just a random article author that may have actually been an AI that generated this piece of content. Look, we've been doing this for a couple of years, and I've had conversations with prospective clients that have said to me things like, I can't believe I'm talking to you. I was just watching on my iPad like 6 hours ago. Another guy told me, well, you SEOs are kind of like the crypto bros of the marketing world, but I could tell that you're a really straight shooting, straight talking Jersey guy. There's no blog in the world that I'm ever going to write that's going to communicate any of that. This strategy can also help with growing your audience on your social media channels, growing the brand, and also leading over to what we've been calling at Saga Pixel organic social media retargeting. What is he talking about? All right, so the most common buyer's journey, let's say, when somebody lands in your blog is they perform a Google search, they land in your blog, and then probably around 99.8% of them will never see your website again. The most common buyer's journey through social media is more like discover the account, get views, build trust, get followed, drive engagement, and all of this becomes a cycle that hopefully should eventually end up resulting in a conversion on your website or your DMs. With organic social media retargeting, we're getting your organic search traffic that's coming in that 0.1% would have probably converted, getting them over to those socials that I'm talking about where we can now nurture them. Honestly, kind of like a second email list that people actually engage with. Now, in the case of YouTube, someone may even forget that they ever watched your video, but the next time that they log into their account, they're now seeing things like the most recent video that you've posted. Like in the case of this Anna Dennis, I actually did see a video of hers not too long ago, but I am not subscribed. I also happen to watch YouTube a lot when I'm doing Peloton at night, and this lady's getting back in front of me, which ultimately means that your SEO efforts are helping drive the KPIs for the rest of your organization, which can often justify getting more budget. All right, so let's get into the process of actually doing video to blog. First, you're going to start off by doing your topic research. All the topics that you identify are going to meet 4 criteria. First, the topics on your buyer's journey. It's not just tangentially related to the topic of your website and what you do. Second, people are not going to be satisfied by an AI answer to this question. This usually means that they're looking for a human perspective, someone that has firsthand experience with whatever it is that they're researching, something ChatGPT simply is not going to be able to provide them. Third, can I rank for it? Again, this is an SEO topic. If you know SEO, you already know how to do this. And finally, the S in bars, does it get enough search volume? You're going to create your brief, put together your outline, ensure that it's comprehensive and aligning with the search intent on Google, but not bloated. As you're wrapping up that brief, there's going to be one step that's going to be new to your whole process: scripting the introduction. Now, this is not a video on that topic. I am going to have a video on that subject in the description below. But basically, this is the process of making sure that people make it past the first 15 seconds of your video, because most won't if you don't get this right. It also means that you're going to include an in-video call to action to try to get them over to other pieces of content that you've done. You want to get them really to engage with the channel overall, not just watch a one-off video. All right, so this is all ready. Next, the session. Now, this is not a video on producing video, but I will add that more times than not, we end up having to do this remotely, and we're using the Squadcast software. If you've ever done a podcast, you may have seen this, but basically it does a really good job of letting people easily record these videos with their phone. You'll need to give them some tips on how to set up the lighting. If you don't know anything about lighting, learn about 3-point lighting and learn how to frame a shot. Once the session's done, you're going to send this to your offshore editor, and you're going to upload the video to YouTube when it's ready. Now that the video is uploaded to YouTube, we are going to get the transcript that we're going to use for the article. So we're going to go in here. If you don't see it look like this, it may look like this. You just need to edit as text. We're going to copy paste all of it and then fire up ChatGPT. I've built a custom GPT for this task. I'll link to it in the description, but basically you just need to tell it this is the transcript for my article. I need it to target the keyword, whatever the keyword is, and then I'm pasting in the entire thing. And it will give back to us an initial draft of what the article is that we're going to be publishing on the website. I would suggest spending maybe 10 to 20 minutes editing, optimizing it for search, adding internal links over to existing articles. Once it's ready, publish it. Go over to other articles you have already published, add internal links over to this new one that you just published, submit it to get crawled by Google through Search Console, and you are off to the races. Now, how do you measure success on YouTube? YouTube's analytics is amazing, but there are 4 numbers that I personally pay the most attention to. For me, the very first one is the retention at 30 seconds. This is going to tell us if we have a good hook or not. This number should be above 60%. If you have anything that's below 50, you have a major dud. You probably need to redo the video. If you have anything over 70, you are doing amazing. As far as your average percentage viewed, if you have a video that's, let's say, under 5 minutes, this number should be over 50%. And then with that, the average view duration is going to be a function of that. So again, if you have a 15-minute video, you'll often find that the average view duration will be a lot longer, but the average percentage view may actually be a bit lower as a result. So like these 2 numbers kind of work off of each other, and you just need to make a judgment call based on the video whether you're just losing people. And often you can see from this curve whether that you have a problem in one of the parts of the video. You see like a big drop off. I'd also recommend that you pay attention to your CRM. You will start finding things like people coming directly from YouTube, but you've really got to actually talk to your leads as well. You'll find that a lot of them actually did discover you through YouTube or through organic search and ended up on YouTube. And if it weren't for the video, they wouldn't have converted, or they performed a branded search and they come back to your website, and your CRM is going to show them as having discovered you through organic search. Unfortunately, these tools don't really give credit for assists here. We're not playing basketball.